Hey, Orange One here. I'm actually adding this audio in after recording this session. I'm gonna actually do that for the next couple sessions. I haven't really had a good opportunity to play the game for like a week or so. This game just takes like a long time to get recordings done, especially if I need to edit out when I die. And that tends to happen for more than I would like.
3 months on the road, 3 months of constant trial. But after Yamantau, we are ready for anything fate can throw at us. Mere kilometers separate us from the Caspian 1 communication center. Will the maps within yield a spot free from radiation where we could finally settle in peace? I don't know. But what's left for us but hope? The desert is taking its toll. The crew suffers from heat and thirst, and the Aurora is not in her top form. We're out of coal and had to switch to burning available fuel. Old cross ties and twigs.
So yeah, before I like literally right before I started doing this audio, I was watching Mad Max Fury Road. I kid you not. I was like trying to psych myself up to do these recordings. And as I was saying that I hadn't recorded this in a while, essentially because it's kind of hard for me to do more than like a half-hour recording during the school year, because where I've got my computer set up is pretty close to my TV, so it's basically like, hey wife, can I record for a little while? And so like if it's an hour or more, it just doesn't really work. But she's actually gone on a ski trip for like a couple days, so I got some time where I can do these recordings. So I don't know if we actually killed that guy or not. When I was watching the recording, it looked like we got a little flash of black, so I think we may have killed that dude. Nice. It's a good to start the episode off with a headshot, you know. But it's not like we're gonna get 2 headshots in a row. That'd be just too nice, right? So we could just jump down and get to the car, but I wasn't sure if at this point if I did notice that the time wasn't going down, so we could take the gas mask off. Yeah, you can see on your watch the time left on the gas mask, and if it doesn't go down, it basically means that you're in the clear. You can take your gas mask off, and then when you take it off, it actually displays the in-game time. It looks like it's around 2-ish right now. But I wanted to kind of just check out this place. I totally forgot that was gonna happen. Like, oh man, that actually just gave me a jump right now, let alone when I was playing. But yeah, as I was saying, I wanted to loot this place because I was almost positive I hadn't done all the looting that we just kind of rushed up here at the end of the last episode. But yeah, I think hopefully that guy is not dead. I think he might be, because from what I remember reading online, you can choose not to kill that dude, and then you get some possible side quests from him. So I would really like it if we didn't kill him, but I feel like we did, because I was just like hammering on E doing that. So I don't know how I'm gonna line this up, because basically my cat just jumped on my keyboard, and I love the thing to death, but when she does that, it interrupts the video, and I'm not exactly sure where I was in recording this, so there may have been, hopefully not too long of silence there. I mean, I love cats, but when they want your attention, they don't ask very nicely, you know? And then she just started biting at me now as I was talking about her. She like knew I was talking trash. Like with a dog, you say their name, they're like, ooh, hi. A cat, you say their name, I'm like, what? What do you want? So I could be wrong, but at this point, I think these guys just keep on coming. I didn't know that at the time. But it looks like they climb up the wall at a specific point. And you can kind of hear them, they're really close to us. So yeah, we got another one right there. And as you can see, there's even more of them just like appearing there off in the distance. So I'm pretty sure they just keep on coming. So, I mean, I know we've got the key, so I figured, oh, alright, this gets to the car, that probably will give us a little cutscene. And as always, there's hammering E. That dude's hardcore, huh? You know what that reminds me of is the dude from the Valve logo with the valve in the back of his head.
Ah, there you are. Need help getting yourself out? No? Come out then. So, there's probably no chance to have a chat with the owners of this car. What a shame they're so silent. Though, had I had a car like this, I wouldn't want to give it up either. In my book, driving beats walking in this heat any day. Which reminds me, you've got a good test drive opportunity.
Sorry.
While you were playing in this sandbox, I found some antennas. And the communication center should have them. I think it's at that lighthouse, so you should head there. The lighthouse is so huge, we can't miss it. I have to stay and keep tabs on the area for a while, but once I'm done, I might join you there. See ya!
Alright, so this is actually not my first attempt doing this. As you know, I was talking about earlier in the video, sometimes you die. And I was wandering around here and I was trying to clear out some of the places along the way to the watchtower. And yeah, we died a few times. But I think, yeah, I don't think I'd said anything. At this point I was just kind of marveling how this wheel, this like little wrench thing, really reminds me of Fury Road.
Listen up, everyone! The Baron is about to speak! Listen up, everyone! Gentlemen, there is some news of some traveling gang on a train invading our territory. This is unusual, since as far as I remember, we did a pretty good job of teaching the neighbors that actions like this end up costing them. These newcomers seem slow on the uptake, or not from the neighborhood. In any case, we should find out who they are and what they want. I'll call the people that I need separately. The rest of you are to ready your cars, guns, and combat-trained slaves. It might all be needed soon. As you were, everyone, the Baron has spoken.
I mean, Morten Joe has spoken. Yeah, there's definitely a strong vibe of Fury Road in here. Yeah, like I was saying with that like weird thing for the steering wheel, it's really reminiscent of the scene in Fury Road when they put the wrench on when they lose the wheel, and then they later are strapping a crossbow to it with like a belt or something. And I mean, I think that it's good that they channeled Fury Road, because that is one of my favorite movies of like the last 5 years. But still, it's kind of weird seeing like Artyom, Russian tunnel rat from the metro, all of a sudden in like Mad Max world. And they did a beautiful job. This just totally feels like a hideout for a bunch of bizarre things going on. I think this was, I had already kind of started to loot this location, so I already knew that there was some humanimals around here. I think some of them actually killed me a little bit ago. And so I was just on high alert because they're pretty hard to see sometimes. Like that one right there. Oh, almost got the headshot there. If you ask me, it's still worth using the T-car even if you don't get those headshots, because metal, in my opinion, is not as valuable as the chemicals. Because the chemicals you gotta use to clean your guns, you know? And as you can see, even on this gun, it's already starting to get grimy and sand covered. And I think the weapons, I don't know this, but I'm pretty sure the weapons they're wearing on them actually reflects the world that you're in. I know the backpack does. I saw that in some video. When you pull out the backpack in the Volga, there's like a little bit of snow and whatnot on it. In here there'll be sand. So just keep an eye out for that next time I pull that out. But yeah, I spend like, I think a couple minutes looting this location, then I get back on the road. And there's a good little fighting that I end up doing down the road. But you kind of have to do this on Ranger Hardcore. You gotta, you know, if there's an opportunity to loot, you kind of have to loot it. You don't really have the choice not to, seeing how bullets are so scarce. I mean, we've built up a little bit of a stockpile right now, so we're okay. But from what I remember, I end up using a fair amount of that stockpile, and I don't know if it's this episode or the next one. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll just stop there. Oh yeah, this dude totally killed me last time I was in here. You know you gotta double tap them. Zombie rules still apply to humanimals. Oh my god, I remember this. This was so annoying. You'll see. I can't jump. I can't jump over here. And jumping this way doesn't work either. I remember when I was in the Volga, jumping like kind of sideways kind of worked. And that dude was gonna jump out and get us. You know, they were just waiting. Look at that, isn't that so annoying? They designed this thing that your character doesn't automatically grab onto. I feel like the Benny Hill music would be really appropriate at this point, don't you? I don't know if it's... I'd get a copyright infringement though if I did that. I do get up here eventually. I think, yeah, I jumped like there and that worked. And there's actually, in here, there's a way of getting in and out of here. So that's kind of interesting. So you don't have to jump up. Maybe you're supposed to go down that way and not up. And I don't know that, I didn't know this at the time, but that dude right there, he looks a little bit different than other people that we've came across. That dude was one of the slaves of the people. They're combat ready slaves, maybe. Let's just say the Baron's not a good dude. I mean, hence the name Baron, right? I think at that point this place has been pretty much cleared out. There's not like... I think in the Caspian area there's a lot of places like this where there's nothing really special. There's just a ton of loot in case you need it. So like you can top up as needed on metal and chemicals to craft craft or repair your guns. It's kind of weird. I probably have talked about this in the series before, but it really bothers me how little time it took for humans to evolve into other creatures like humanimals. It's like, yeah, sure, radiation mutates you, but it doesn't create a whole new species like that. And I mean, we've had time for maybe one whole generation, maybe 2 generations if they reproduce super quickly, but not enough time for like natural selection to really cause things to be that different, you know? Or at least that uniform. I mean, I guess that you could argue that there's all these irradiated people that have gone mad, like the ghouls, but they all look the same, you know? They all have like the same thing going on with their face and their teeth, and there's no weird tumors. Like, I was just thinking about like Nux and how he's got, oh god, what are the tumors named? But how he's got those giant tumors on his neck. And like, I would totally get if the humanimals had like, were just covered in tumors and were just like a little bit different, not so much like a species, but just a group of people that have gone mad. And so I had kind of, you know, I'd looked up a little bit of stuff before this game had came out, and I remember them talking about slaves and even seeing some images, I think, of this location. So I wanted to see what would happen if I tried to talk to this dude or get his attention.
Forgive me, I simple slave of Holy Flame, dumb slave, I know nothing at all. Master up there, oh ship, master know all.
So their master is on the ship. It's so sad, you know. These people, they've just been like brainwashed. And it looks like they're just like whacking this thing. Apparently they're supposed to be dismantling it. I don't know if that's how you dismantle a giant piece of metal, but whatever. I was still sneaking around because I didn't know where the bandits would be. And I thought they'd be like keeping an eye out on these people working. And it looks like these guys don't even care about us like running around at all.
Such good cable, can't hack at all. Strong cable.
Oh look, there's the Baron. So yeah, I was just trying to see if I could possibly spot any bandits like looking out over them. I don't think we've heard what these guys are called yet. In hindsight, you know, this is definitely not the best way to go about this, but I was also just trying to get the checkpoint. We're like, hey, you're about to go into hostile territory, like, here's your checkpoint. You're about to fight bandits. If you die here, please don't rage quit, you know? And if we look at this dude,
Why you, Mirsha?
this slave, yep.
I know not you at
And
all.
we got that checkpoint.
You come check on us, yes? From Baron come from tower, yes? Forgive Mirza. I stupid slave. No, nothing at all, nothing. Master up there, yes. Master know all, yes.
So at least now we know that Baron's in the tower, you know, makes sense. But we've got that checkpoint, we might as well... I kind of, at this point, kind of got a little bit careless and just kind of was running around, just seeing what was around here.
Oh, Alukudai, the Holy Flame. You are great. You control universe. You give all life. You make Master great, almost as yourself. Give Master strength to protect your slave from enemy.
Why is that Y
Give
capital?
your slaves strength to work.
That yours should not be capitalized in the subtitles.
Give us all warmth to live through cold, long nights. Hello, Kudaioli. Master no expect you. Go away. No go there. Oh, lady, you can't. Holy flame will punish.
So it sounds like they're just basically giving us a warning, I think. Like, hey, if you go in there, there's gonna be people that aren't too happy. Bandits. You know, I could have sworn that the other ones would have heard that, but it looks like they didn't.
Fuck, I left it! I can't! No, please! Please!
You know, part of me kind of wants to know what they were beating the dude about, but I couldn't wait and just like have him beat the poor guy.
What to haven't we arranged this place neatly? I could stay here for fucking ever. This place totally fucking rocks. It's a shame we have to leave soon. And the slaves are already started on the bottom. Is there anyone watching them now? Not a fucking idea. Do you even care? Where would they go? We have them by the fucking balls. The nut is with them too. He's good slave. Can kick their asses better than we ever could. The nut, lazy bastard. Sleeping in the shade, I bet you. So what? Let him fucking sleep. Even if some fool runs off in the desert, he'll be back with his tongue out like a filthy dog. Begging to let him in for a cup of water. Or the hunters bring him. You're so negative, you make me wanna puke. Puke?
Now, that's an idea.
Fuck you!
So I wasn't sure at this point how to kind of go, but this dude saw us, so we didn't have much of a choice. And I'm shocked we didn't actually die at that point. And I don't know why that dude would surrender to us, because we were not doing too well. But I'll take it. And I swear I thought I had to reload that at that point. I thought we'd been caught. But no, we're fine. And I don't know, did I get the quick save or not there? You know, I don't know if I completed this whole location, but I'm pretty sure we did, because I couldn't find any other people. Yeah, I'd kind of rushed through here, so figured might as well grab the materials that we could. Yeah, I think I was still on edge because we hadn't gotten a checkpoint. There's a Gatling gun there. Like, I'm never gonna use that thing. And I don't know, I think that's a new rifle there. We got a postcard. Yeah, I did check out the postcard this time so you guys can see what... Or the diary. So yeah, that's kind of interesting what that said, huh? About the Baron. Yeah, this game, like, I'm pretty sure there's I don't know. I feel like there must have been somebody still alive because we didn't get a quick save. We didn't get like a flash of light or anything. But like I said, this was my first attempt going through here, so I was really unclear about who we had, and I was just kind of being slow and plodding through, you know, like you do when you're on Ranger Hardcore. Please tell me I picked that up off the table right there. No, did I just walk right by that? I think that's the motion detector. I did look up this location after I cleared out this place. That is the motion detector right there on that table. Oh, look at that sun. It's pretty cool, huh? And this right here, I think, is one of the best snipers. Or it's got some of the best attachments for a sniper right here. And, you know, in hindsight, I probably should be using that in this area. I don't really. Or maybe I'll change it out. But I think I've recorded up to part 22 and I haven't had need of a sniper, you know? I think at this point I was just double checking, making sure I hadn't missed any spots. I don't think much else really happens in this episode besides me just kind of looting this place, from what I remember. And that's also something that I was realizing rewatching Fury Road. There's this real sense of like scarcity of resources, like the Volvolini, which is, by the way, like an amazing name. They're all about like one man, one bullet, like super cool survivors, but they just are like really conservative in how they use their resources, you know? Which, I mean, it is the apocalypse. You really would be. You won't just be throwing around what you've got. But I saw, I think, at this point that there was a little zip line, and so there must be a way to get up to that zip line that we just hadn't seen. And I walked right by the motion sensor again. Maybe if I'm going through here again, I'll come grab that. And not that, I don't know, do I really need it? I think it's probably something that I don't really need. It's kind of nice having the compass telling you where to go. I was saying how I was going to use the metal detector to look for loot. God, look at all those like little factories and whatnot off in the distance. That's pretty cool. I figured, okay, well, we've basically cleared out these bandits as far as I can tell. Might as well just like get out of here. And I know that there's another location where you can oh look, the slaves just sleep out here. That's so sad, isn't it? I know there's another location where you can free the slaves, but I don't know if there's anything that you can do around here like that. I mean, if you know, drop a comment, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that we did everything that we could there. And I was honestly just kind of desperate for a quick save, so I think that, from what I remember, I just drove to near the lighthouse just to get a quick save. Because there's like so many horror stories that I've read online of people saying like, oh man, I was exploring the Caspian for like half an hour and then I died and lost everything.
We've been contacted by a local lady, Cuba. She's being besieged by bandits at the Lighthouse. Should we help her, she'll help us find the communications center. We can't let the opportunity go. I say we help, but
Okay, that sounds like a good goal, but we still don't have the checkpoint. So I was wondering with the map, how far are we? And it looks like we're right by it, so just run over Tumbleweed. And you can hear all the gunshots, you know? So you know what that means. And that I almost checked out because it looked like that might be a place for us to rest. Yeah, I was tempted. I was so tempted. But there's something in the distance there. It looked like maybe Nosalises or something. I figured, alright, let's just go in. We've got the resources. We've got our T-car. We should be able to take out the Baron's men. Gotta walk past this creepy shine first. God, the Baron sure has a way with words, doesn't he? So yeah, I think I get a quick save around here pretty soon. Yeah, there we go. So there's the quick save. So I think I'm going to end this episode just about here in a couple seconds. Thank you for joining me. This has been Orange One.